Hey everybody, it's Laura. Welcome to today's health tip video. Hey, in yesterday's video I was talking about the importance of having a strong core, and when I'm saying that, what I'm talking about is your midsection, your abs. So if you didn't catch that, I recommend that you go back and check it out. Just a brief recap though. I mentioned that of course aesthetically it's nice to have a nice firm looking stomach. However, what I was talking about yesterday and what I'll be talking about in the context of today is really about your health and stability and balance. It's called your core for a reason. It's in the center of your body, and so when you have stability and strength there, you're helping to support the rest of your body, including your back, your neck, your head, and you can actually help really prevent lower back pain, other kinds of back pain, and can help prevent injury. Now, what I want to say also is, let me just make a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or a chiropractor. If you have any kind of back injuries, I'm really going to recommend that you talk to your practitioner before you do any kind of ab work. However, I consult with doctors and chiropractors, and I've worked with quite a few people with some back injuries and herniated discs. And the trick is that you do want to develop and have a strong core in order to support the back. However, you want to avoid doing any kind of flexion. And when I say that, what I mean is bending at the spine, and you certainly don't want to be going backwards at all and bending back. So, again, the trick is, how do you develop a strong, firm core without doing any kind of movement? Okay, so the exercises that I'm going to talk about today are called, or what's called static exercises, meaning that you're contracting the muscles and you're holding, but you're not doing any kind of movement. So therefore, you're able to strengthen and develop those muscles without the risk of, again, bending at the spine at all. Okay, so the first exercise I'm going to talk about is just a regular plank. Probably a lot of you have heard of this. Again, it's a good place to start. It's a good stability exercise. It really does help develop and strengthen the core muscles. There's a couple ways to do this. The way that I'm going to show you initially is with you're going to have your forearms resting on the ground. My upper arm is going to be perpendicular to the ground, meaning straight up and down. Aligned with the shoulder joint. Okay, so I'm going to come down on my elbows. I'm going to be up on my toes. I know that's difficult for you to see. And then what you want to think about is you're going to avoid bridging up like this at all, and you're certainly not going to want to drop your hips down and have an excessive arch in the lower back. This is called a plank because you want to have your body in one nice, firm, long line, a nice long plank. And like I'm always talking about, you really want to be thinking about the alignment of your head. Not dropping down, not up here, but with your body. So you're going to be, like again, in that nice firm line on the forearms. Head neutral is what we'll call that. And you're just contracting your stomach muscles in, belly button to spine, and you're just holding. Okay? Let me touch on that for a minute. When I say belly button to spine, what I'm talking about is, if you want to practice with me right now while you're watching, just blow out and you're going to pull and contract all your stomach muscles in. Underneath your, what we call the six-pack muscle, the rectus abdominis, it's the most obvious muscle that lies on the top of your abs. Underneath that you have a layer of muscle. It's called the transverse abdominis. Now when you blow out, okay, and you pull that in, what you're doing is you're contracting and therefore exercising that bottommost layer of ab muscle, and doing that helps to bring the waistline in. In fact, that's something that you can do anywhere. If you're standing in line at the bank or in the grocery store, try that. Just blow out, contract all these muscles in, and just hold it there. And you don't have to hold your breath. You can, the blowing out just helps you kind of visually think about pulling your belly button back towards your spine and just pulling everything in, and therefore developing that muscle. A variation on the plank that you can do that some people prefer is to be up on your hands instead of your elbows. If you have any kind of discomfort or tendonitis, sometimes this can be a better way to go. And again, so my body's just a nice strong alignment. My arms, my hands are underneath my shoulder joints. Head is nice and neutral. Stomach is pulled in, and I'm just holding. Okay? I'd recommend trying to start with doing these for 30 seconds at a time. And then, do 3 to 5 sets of that. As you're doing them, and this isn't something I would do necessarily every single day, but every other day, every couple days, as you're doing them, try to tack on more time to the amount that you're holding the pose. Okay, the second one I'm going to show you is actually to work this sidemost area, your obliques, and similar concept. I'm going to stack my legs on top of each other, and again, I know that's difficult for you to see, but my feet are actually on top of one another, okay? I'm going to bring my, my upper arm and my elbow underneath my shoulder joint, and I'm going to bring my body up, and this is going to be in a nice straight line, and again, I'm resting on my forearm. You can have your hand out here. Sometimes I like to have my hand up here, and again, you're just holding, and you're using this bottommost layer here, or excuse me, this side layer of muscle to really, it's contracted in, and that's really what's stabilizing me right now. Now, a variation on these for our advanced folks is that you can put your hand up, look up at it, drop the hips down, and then bring them up. Okay, and you're just going to repeat that. Drop the hips down and bring them up. When you're doing that, you're contracting all of this side. Okay, and again, working that. Now, if you have any kind of back sensitivity or pain or anything like that, don't do that variation I just showed you. Just hold that static pose. Don't do any kind of movement. And again, if you have any concerns or injuries, definitely consult your practitioner first before doing any kind of exercises. Alright, so that definitely gives you some things to work on. I'm going to wish you a fantastic day, and I will see you very soon in the next video.